Hey Bearcat fans, welcome to another edition of This Week in Bearcat Athletics. Well, the Northwest Missouri State men's basketball team needs 2 wins this week to add an outright MIAA championship to the trophy case. They will finish out the regular season with games against Southwest Baptist and Central Missouri. It's the MIAA championship time for the indoor track and field teams, with several athletes a chance to compete for top spots in the MIAA, and the spring sports continue to battle the weather, trying to get games in the early season. More on all that coming up on This Week in Bearcat Athletics. Northwest Missouri State's men's basketball team is in control of winning an outright regular season MIAA championship this week. The Bearcats face Southwest Baptist Thursday in Bolivar before closing out the regular season at home against Central Missouri Saturday. With wins in both of those games, the Bearcats would win an outright MIAA title. In the first meeting against Southwest Baptist, Bearcat men's basketball coach Ben McCullum says they had to grind out a 77-73 win in a game his team didn't play very well. McCullum says not playing well against SBU the first time around should help keep his team from looking past Thursday's game.
You know, I think it's difficult probably more for the kids, just as far as the crowd goes. But the thing with SBU is we played awful against them the first time we played them. I mean, awful. As bad as we've played all season when we've had Justin outside of Washburn. And they out-toughed us. They out-physicaled us. I think they beat us 50-30 on the boards. And, we shot it poorly. We were 50% from the free throw line. So I think they've got our attention. I think if it's a team that we had beat by 15-20, beat handily at home, I think it'd be a different story. I would guess that our guys have that focus, and if not, we'll guide them in that direction gently.
Thursday night's game against Southwest Baptist in Bolivar will be followed by an afternoon tilt against Central Missouri Saturday at Bearcat Arena. The Northwest women's basketball team is still in the hunt for a spot in the MIAA postseason tournament, but will need to win at least one, if not both games this week, to have a shot at the tournament. The Bearcats will also face Southwest Baptist Thursday and Central Missouri Saturday for that chance, and enter the week in a tie with Lindenwood for the 12th and final spot in the postseason tournament. Lindenwood also holds the tiebreaker over the Bearcats. The Bearcat baseball team split its opening MIAA series against Northeastern State last weekend, going 2-2 in Tahlequah. In the final game of the series, Nico Pablo, Luke Wilkinson, and Carson Smith combined on the first shutout of the year for the Bearcats. This week, the baseball team has had to cancel its home opening series against Central Oklahoma due to weather. The teams are working on options to try to make that series up at a later date. It's MIAA championship time for the indoor track and field teams this weekend. Last weekend, Bearcat distance runners used a tune-up in Lincoln, Nebraska, while sprinters and jumpers took part in a tune-up in Kearney, Nebraska to get ready for this weekend. Friday, the pentathlon and heptathlon will get underway, with those events finishing Saturday before the start of 2 days of single-event competition. The MIAA championships are taking place at the University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg. The Bearcat men's tennis team started off the spring season with a loss on Friday against Lindsey Wilson, the 5th-ranked team in NAIA. Then Saturday got down 4-0 to St. Cloud State in Grand Island, Nebraska, before winning 5 singles matches to come back and get the victory. It was the first loss of the year in 6 matches for St. Cloud, a regional foe. The Cats will be off until a match against Illinois Springfield March 1st. The Northwest women's team will begin its season Saturday against Maryville University. The Bearcat softball team traveled to Rockhurst Wednesday and split a pair of games not originally on the schedule to make up for games lost with the cancellation of last weekend's Pitt State tournament. In Game 1, Sarah Baldwin threw a complete game shutout in a 5-0 win for Northwest. In Game 2, Stephanie Mark hit a pair of doubles, scoring 1 run and driving in another. Bailey Scarborough went 2 for 3 with a triple and runs scored, and Madison Jones hit her first home run in a 6-4 loss for the Bearcats. This weekend, softball is scheduled for a trip to Joplin for 4 non-conference games. That's This Week in Bearcat Athletics. I'm Matt Gaarder.